self-care. I'm treating me right. Yeah, hell yeah. We gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. I switch the time zone, but what do I know? Spending nights hitchhiking, where will I go? I could fly home with my eyes closed, but it get kinda hard to see, there's no surprise though. And you can find me, I ain't hiding. I don't move my feet when I be gliding. I just slide it, and then I roll up.
Anyone who's ever been in an airplane knows all about the safety demonstration at the beginning of the flight. You know how to affix your seatbelt during takeoff and landing. You know that should you have a water landing, your seat is a flotation device. And you know that in the event of loss of cabin pressure, that oxygen masks will come down from the ceiling. And it is important for you to affix your own oxygen mask to yourself before trying to help somebody else with theirs. I've been on many airplanes in my life, but I gotta tell you, I've always taken that oxygen mask thing as a metaphor for life, more than a safety instruction. Because you see, when you affix your own oxygen mask, metaphorically, before helping somebody else, you are practicing self-care. Hi, I'm Linda. This is Linda's World, and this is the first episode of Self-Care Sundays. You see, I picked Sunday nights because I work a Monday through Friday, as I'm sure many of you guys do, or you're in school Monday through Friday, as it were. And you know the importance of taking the weekend to self-charge. Sunday night is the night of kind of dread, kind of anxiety, kind of prep time, kind of unwinding, hopefully a good night of sleep, and all of the other things you need to go through in order to prepare for Monday morning. So, Self-Care Sundays. What are we going to do? How are we going to handle Self-Care Sundays? What the heck is self-care? Well, stay tuned, because that explanation and so much more is coming up right now. Google defines self-care as the taking responsibility for one's own continued well-being and happiness, particularly during times of stress. I couldn't agree more. During times of stress, or even not during times of stress, it's really important to take care of yourself. And that does not just mean what I thought it meant years ago, you know, breathing air and drinking water and eating food and going to bed and all that. It is so much more. There's so many different levels to self-care. There's so many things you can do to ensure that you are okay inside before going out there in the world and making sure others are okay. And so I thought we'd begin by talking about the categories, and I'm going to show you how I handled one of those categories specifically this weekend. Now, self-care can be divided into 5 different categories. Number 1, the physical, taking care of one's own body. Psychological, taking care of the mind, making sure that you're psychologically sound. Number 3, emotional. That's not psychological. Psychological's in here. Emotions are in here. Are they brothers? Yes, they are. But they are 2 separate entities. And now we have 4. The spiritual. I don't know if that means religion or connection to the universe or both of those, but it's number 4. And finally, number 5, the professional. Now, for our purposes in this series, for the time being, we're going to eliminate the professional, because professional means work or school if you're still a student. And it's always been my belief that work is that thing you do in order to be able to afford the stuff that you need to self-care. And likewise, self-care is that thing you do so that you can survive going to work. So I think for the time being, as I said, we're going to eliminate the professional. Now, tonight, I would like to tell you about something I did this weekend that was definitely self-care and was definitely worth my time and my money, and definitely put a smile on my face because it covered 2 of the pillars I just described to you, the spiritual and the emotional. So, in the spirit of that, I would like to show you what I bought. And then I'm going to tell you why. So, unboxing, here we go. There's been a little change of scenery as I've moved to a different part of my living room for this segment of the video. Now, this segment of the video required me to move over here because there's a mantle over here that's about to hold the item that I'm going to unbox. Now, you see the little doggy over there? That's baby Chloe. She's a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. She's going to be 5 on March 1st, and she makes my house a home. She's my little baby. But, you see, Chloe aside, I like to fill my home with things that are meaningful to me. I believe that emotional and spiritual self-care really begins at home, because your home is a reflection of you. At its best, your home should be something that is aesthetically pleasing to you in as much as your money and space will allow. Your home should be a place of comfort and safety, security, tranquility, and, well, a safe haven from the rest of the world. So that's what I've tried to do in my home. I've done it with such items as that French script ottoman that you see over there. My mother got it for me as a birthday gift on Amazon about a year ago. No, 2 years ago. What am I thinking? And I loved it so much that about a year later, I got myself the match. The same exact one is right beside me. As I said, the mantle. Above it, you see The Great Gatsby on a poster. It was a gift for my best friend on my 30th birthday. Even the year we spent not speaking to one another, she still continued to look on the internet and in other places for me for it. And it was gifted to me, and I framed it, and it's awesome because The Great Gatsby is my favorite book in the entire world. I've been teaching English for 20 years, and every year that I've had the 11th grade, which is more years than not, I've taught The Great Gatsby. And so those are two things that fill my home with tranquility, happiness, and the aesthetic that I'm going for. That butterfly over there is symbolic as well, but we'll get to that because we've got an unboxing. Now you see, here's the thing. I have been pretty candle obsessed for about half my life. I even attended a candle party one time. My mother brought me up to some lady's apartment that she worked with, and there were other chicks that she worked with, and they were there, and they were looking at catalogs of candles to buy, and like little candle holders and such. I gave up a Friday night to go look at it because that's how obsessed I am with candles. And I don't think I bought anything that day, though. I don't remember. Maybe my mother remembers. Anyway, Bath & Body Works has awesome candles. Yankee Candle has lots of candles, and they are just all really cool. And the thing is that candles for me come in two kind of categories. There's the candles that smell pretty. I prefer things that smell like the beach, or like soap, or like clean air, or of course, like pumpkin. But then there's candle colors. That's where the spirituality comes in. There's an old, there's a set of rules that go with candle colors where you light red for passion and courage and strength. You light purple for money. You light white for peace. You light pink for love and friendship. And there's all kinds of other ones that, it's pretty, it depends on how deep into it you want to get. But in any case, candles for me are always about color and scent based on what it is that I'm trying to do there. If I'm just trying to chillax, then it's all about the scent. And if I'm trying to, I guess, achieve something, then I light the appropriate candle color. Well, we've got an unboxing that has to do with candles. So let us unbox, or actually unpackage as it were, because it's a package. Now I took the liberty of opening the seal, okay, because I just wanted to peek inside. So there it is. I've done this much. So in this little package here is a candle holder. A pillar candle holder, to be exact. I ordered it on Amazon a couple of days ago, and it is supposed to be distressed white with a little bit of tan on it, and they said it was the large, and actually it's my consolation prize because my mother had this set of 2 in distressed white that she ordered, and she sent me the picture, but by the time I got to Amazon, currently unavailable. Oh well, I guess I'll try Home Goods. So, let us unbox. If you're interested in my product, I will link the description in the description section of my video, or I will, you know what I'm saying, put the link in my description Oh, can I talk? Apparently not. So, ladies and gentlemen, it says right there, the Stonebriar Collection. Large white beach house pillar. Holder fits up to 3-inch diameter pillar. Huh? Shouldn't it say holder fits up to 3-inch diameter candle? What the heck? Anyway, it is made in China, and it is one piece, and it says fragile, handle with care. I cannot ever look at the word fragile ever again since 1983 when the movie came out and not think of A Christmas Story. Fragile. It must be Italian. Oh, I love that. Oh, what a good cheap laugh. So, the box is open. I didn't do that. Hope it's okay. Alrighty, we're gonna take a look-see here. I'm gonna see if our Stonebriar candle holder is all it's cracked up to be. So, coolness. Oh boy. It's like a fresh pepper shaker. Oh, this is exactly as advertised, and it's lighter than I imagined. I think it's resin. It gives off the impression, look how cute. That's pretty. It gives off the impression that it is like made of like some like Mexican ceramic or something like that, but it's not. And it is awesome. It has the feet on the bottom so that you don't drag it to clean your house or redecorate or whatever and scratch your surfaces, so that's cool. And it's actually tanner than I thought. It's less distressed white, more of a distressed tan, but no distress here. And it's got a pool, it's got a lip right there so that you can put the candle in there. Now, here's the thing though, some of those Bath & Body candles that are 3-wick, you know, those ones that are like that, the jar candles, they are a hell of a lot wider than this. So I think when I get one, I gotta switch that baby up. Yeah, I think that's gonna be cool. Anyway, we are about to put it on my mantle. And I'd like to show you why we're gonna put it on my mantle, because it fits so perfectly with the aesthetic and also the meaning of this mantle. And you're gonna see what I'm talking about when I talk about buying a little bit of something for self-care. Look on the candle. Okay, so I'm gonna swing it around here and we're gonna look at my table. This is my table. That's a trifle bowl filled with corks and burlap ribbon. That's a picture of me when I was a little baby. That is a doggy picture frame holding the picture of my little dog Sophia, who's not with us anymore. There's a picture of Chloe and me taken on a summer day. A little box that I bought in Serbia. And this beautiful Christmas greeting card that my best friend got for me because it looks just like baby Chloe, even though it's not actually baby Chloe in the picture. And she got it for me as a birthday gift for Chloe, but for me, the year that Chloe turned 1, with a couple other things that I will show you in this series or in other series and other videos on Linda's World. So, here's what. We are all prepared. We are going to place the item just where I have a spot for it. And there's the whole aesthetic together. And that is my self-care activity for today, Sunday. Now, what have we been doing here for the last couple of minutes while I unbox a candle holder? And what the heck does it have to do with self-care? Well, you see, I believe that if you can swing it, if you have $2 in your pocket and the item costs $2, if you have $200 in your pocket and the item costs $200, hell, if you're rich and it costs $2 million, whatever, 20 cents, whatever, okay? If you have it to spare and you see an item that you like, you buy that item because life is short. As long as your bills are paid and you're not starving and, you know, you're not stealing somebody else's money or whatever, as long as you have it to spare, if you can buy the item, buy the item. Life is too short. I remember 20 years ago or so, I left behind in Sears a beautiful silk leopard robe. It cost $40, and $40 years ago was like $100. And I didn't have the $40, and I said I'd have it next week. Well, next week came, and I went there, and it was gone. I learned my lesson that day. So now, anytime I can afford something, I buy it. Because to me, that's self-care. And especially if it has to do with my home. Because like I said, this is the place. This is my self-care sanctuary. This is the place where I can come and be with my dog and have my cup of tea or my glass of Pepsi or whatever it is that I drink and just chill out and watch my show and unwind and decompress from the day, the week, whatever, wherever I've been. Like work, which is happening for me on Tuesday. Martin Luther King Day is tomorrow, so we have the day off. But even then I have to do some chores, so it's really not much of a day off. But I'm digressing again. I just want to say that self-care begins at home, you know, as the old cliche goes. And even more importantly, self-care begins with the self, you know. Think about the term, self-care. Making sure that you yourself are cared for in whatever that means, you know. We're going to explore all of that in future episodes, but I wanted to start off with something that's self-care to me and meaningful, because I love to shop. I love to shop. And it's not just because I'm greedy or because I'm vain or I'm like, you know, chasing like some kind of status, like, ooh, look what I have. Do you have a French grip ottoman? I have a French grip ottoman. You know, I have two. Like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that it's tough enough out there, you know? And when I come home to my self-care place and I look at my beautiful dog and I sit on the couch that I paid for myself with my own money from my job, I want to feel surrounded by things that make me feel comfortable. I want to be surrounded by things that are the anti-work, you know. I want to shut out the real world. I want to step into Linda's world and have everything around me be just the way I like it. Calm, pretty, cool, and aesthetically pleasing. Just like Linda's world. So, if you enjoyed what you saw this evening, if you are a fan of Self-Care Sundays, if you're a fan of self-care in general, and you would like to do more of that in your life, well, you know what to do. You're going to comment, you're going to like, you're going to watch. More importantly, you're going to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can tell when a new video is uploaded. We have Self-Care Sundays, we have Top 10 Tuesdays, we have videos in the middle. So I'm sure that you will find something in Linda's world that will appeal to you and be worthy of notice and help you unwind and sit at your computer or your television or your mobile device or whatever it is that you watch YouTube on and just take a moment to practice a little self-care. That's what I'm going to do after filming this video. So for Linda's World, I'd like to say self-care. I'm treating me right. Hell yeah, we're going to be all right. That's Mac Miller. Good night.